So if you're thinking about jumping into the real estate investing business, you gotta know what market you're getting into. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? What's the average sales price, the median sales price, days on the market? Is it a depressed market? So many things you gotta consider. So today, we are in a seller's market, and I wanna talk to you about what that looks like by going over one of my contracts, right? We listed a house the other day for sale, had a ton of showings. So one offer that came in was over our asking price, as well as above appraised value, and they don't want any inspection repairs. It's just crazy. So I want to share with you what we're going through right now and what a seller's market looks like as opposed to a buyer's market. Let's do it. Greetings, class. This is Chris Haskins with TheRealEstateRoundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I haven't seen a real estate market like this when I first got into the business in 2004. Right when I got in, it just went crazy. It went bananas, or the values just went through the roof. Take a look at these stats here. If you look at that blue line, the blue line is going to be the median sale price. You'll see as it goes up right around 2005, 2006, goes up, I don't know, from 170,000 up to 230. I mean, good gracious, 200 and something $1,000. It just goes bananas, right? And that's going to be in a short 2 years. Let's fast forward. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the days on the market right in 2005. Also, 37 days on the market. That's how fast it's taking inventory to be. Once they put it on, boom, it's gone, right? Fast forward 2010. Look, days on the market, 138 days. You're talking about sellers sweating. I mean, buyer's market right there, right? And then we'll fast forward to today. Look at this, days on the market, 38 days. That means you're listing it, you're getting an offer today, because generally speaking, it takes 45 days to get a house sold. You know, the loan has to go through. Unbelievable. So our sales price, median sales price has gone back up to 255 and beyond. It's just crazy. It's unreal. So the market is going bananas, y'all. So if you're in the real estate business, I recommend you to take advantage of whatever inventory, get it out there right now. If you're looking to buy a house and be owner occupied, may not be the best time to buy, right? So this is your official invitation to come check out our mobile home masterclass. I'm going to be hanging out with my friend Stephanie McAniff. She is a real estate broker in North Carolina. She's been buying and selling mobile homes and actually owns a mobile home park. She's been doing this since 2007, and she wants to share with you, how do you get started? Where do you get the money? How do you do no money down deals? Seller financing, how do you lease this stuff? How do you wholesale mobile homes? How do you retail them? This is going to be a 2-day virtual event. Stephanie and I have put several hours of time together to bring this information to you. I think it's important for all of us to at least consider affordable housing as we pass. Man, you see the numbers on real estate is going crazy. You can register for this event right in the video description below. There's a link to get you signed right up. And the early bird registration will be ending soon. So why not just go ahead and take the time to sign up right now? It's nothing but the cost of a few tanks of gas. Come on over and join us. And don't forget to join our membership. You see that join button below. All of our members will be able to ask questions first in all of the training. I'm going to have some other membership tiers coming out soon. But this is the bottom membership. And what I wanted to do is just give my busy professionals and my entrepreneurs a little something extra, right? So when our guests and even I go live, your questions will be answered first, right? Just to give you a little edge. And all it costs is nothing but a large cup of coffee a month. So what's the difference in the buyer's and the seller's market? What's the difference? We're going to go over it once again. You got the Barron's book. Go ahead and bring out your Barron's. If you don't have one, that link will be in the video description if you want to get your Barron's Guide to Real Estate Terms. Is that what it's called? Dictionary of Real Estate Terms. So buyer's market. Let's go to the buyer's market first to let you know what the definition. A buyer's market is a situation where buyers have a wide choice of properties and may negotiate lower prices, often caused by overbuilding, a lot of inventory, right? Local population decrease or economic slump. So we're not in a slump right now. This is so, man, they're printing money right now. So that's a buyer's market. What is the seller's market, what we're in right now? This is going to be seller's market. Economic conditions that favor sellers, reflecting rising prices and market activity. Contrast with the buyer's market. So if you're in a seller's market, that basically means the sellers dictate the market. Right now, I'm a seller in the market, so I get to dictate all this stuff here. I get to dictate all this stuff. The price, closing cost assistance, buyer assistance, inspection repairs. Am I going to do any of that stuff? The appraisal contingency. We're going to go over all this. Earnest money. How much earnest money do we need to be? Do we require of our buyers? And the closing date. I don't want a closing date that's 45, 60 days out. Now we're going to take the offer that has the fastest closing date. You're in for a treat. Matter of fact, I've never seen this. When I got into business, I was just doing wholesaling. So I would see other investors doing these type of deals. That was 05, 04, 05, 06. But now I get to live it and I get to share it with you, right? And it's crazy because the houses are selling the same day we list them. So no one gets to see my work but you, right? So let's take a look at this house here. We had a new color of siding. I usually use a canary yellow, but this one, my partner Ron, he has that nice blue. So I thought it was a nice color. Good with that blue. So let's look at the purchase and sale agreement that came in. So you see the first page here. Always, we have our trust. The 223 trust is nothing but the property address, the street address trust. You better not be putting these houses in your name or your LLC name. I'm coming after you, right? Okay. So the trust is we are the seller, right? Between the buyer and the seller. So purchase price, you can see we had this thing listed, I think it was $240,000, $242,000. Once again, you know, I give massive value. I give so much value out. So Ron, I don't get involved with the sales price. I never do. I just don't. This is not my thing. My wife always says, Chris, you too cheap. You're too cheap. And I would probably agree to that. So I let Ron handle that. He's like more stern with the prices because I thought, to be honest with you, I thought our sales price was going to be like $195, $205, to be honest. So, but I let Ron, he deals with that. So we're good. I don't got to worry about that. And if you want to see the beginning of the construction of this property, right, when we first started, that link will be right here. And if you stay tuned to the channel, we're going to give you some walkthroughs as we get done with this property, with the construction. So list price versus sold price. We had it listed for $242, but our offer, I'm going to go, let's go over the purchase price here. Number 3, purchase price, $255,000, y'all. $255,000. So we're more than $10,000 over our asking price. So I'm going to jump down here because we're on the same page. Earnest money, the earnest money deposit. That's going to be the money that the buyer has to put down to let us know it's the consideration. Let us know he's serious about buying this property. So back in the day, I was selling houses, I'm telling you, where somebody put $250 down. That's how weak the market was, right? I mean, we were still selling them, but I'm like, man, I'm just glad to get an offer, right? But so today, this guy, you look at number 2, he put down $1,000 earnest money deposit. He wanted us to know that he was serious about buying this house. But let me tell you about the mindset of these buyers, right? So I'm going to show you this text message that came through from the realtor that's making the offer on the property. So the realtor said, this is from Smitty, he's the one that deals with all of our interfacing with buyers. The realtor said that they would be submitting a strong offer. The client has been looking for 2 months and has been outbid on many properties. They are tired and want this house. Is that not cool? I'm telling you, being in the position of the driver's seat, it always feels good to just be able to say, listen, this is what we're going to do. Okay, the next thing is closing cost assistance. Closing costs, that is basically when we have a buyer purchase one of our properties, all this stuff that rolls in with the loan. You got points, you got origination fees, you got credit report fees, all this recording fees, title fees, stamps, doc prep, all this craziness, right, that goes into closing costs. It adds up to like $6,000, $7,000 on a $200,000 house. It could be $6,000 or $7,000, maybe $8,000. And since the beginning of my career, when I started doing fix and flips, I have had to pay the buyer's closing costs, right? That's the buyer's closing costs. But look at this. Look at number 4. The buyer requests $0 in closing cost assistance from seller. Nothing. That is what's telling us we're in a seller's market, right? We're in a seller's market. The seller gets to dictate the rules, right? So isn't this crazy? But zero, I'm reading this thing like 0 closing costs. Okay. And the last one we did, we only had to pay some closing costs, not all of it. So this is indicative of a seller's market. Home inspection requests, home inspection repairs. So what happens is when you sell a house on the open market with a realtor, and it's not realtor, it's realtor. Good God, you sell it with a realtor or real estate agent. The end buyer gets a home inspector and they go in and crawl under the house. They go into the attic, they check all the windows, they check all the electrical, all the flooring, all the tile, make sure it's good to go, all the doors shut, all that stuff to make sure that the house is in good A+ working condition. So generally speaking, in my career, we have a list of repairs that the buyer wants us to complete before they get to closing. Not in the seller's market. Look at this, y'all. So we got this contract in. They are getting, it says they want to get a home inspection, right? But if you look down here, they're going to get the inspection. It's unreal. They're going to get the inspection, but it says requested repairs. They have X'd through all the repairs. They want us to know that, listen, if you consider our offer, we don't want you to do any repairs to this property. But we're going to get a home inspection, but we don't want you to do anything. So what's that, page 2, number 2, letter C, requested repairs has been marked through. They don't want us to do anything. And continuing further, the property inspection, that's going to be letter D, right there, letter D. You can see in small print, they do want a home inspection, but buyer will request no repairs. Home inspection is for pass or fail only. So you know your boy passed it. I mean, we did everything. And it's not like we have big stuff. Usually we get a long list. They want us to fix a door. They want us to repair an outlet, maybe a sink faucet's loose. Closet door might need to be a hinge that's messed up. Window didn't lock. Front door might be off or something. Usually it's just a bunch of little small things. Paint might be chipping, might have got a crack. We might have a crack in the sheetrock. It usually adds up to about $1,500 to $2,000. And sometimes it's even more. They want us to replace some shingles or replace a roof. We didn't even have to replace the roof in the garage on this one. Just crazy. So inspection requests is another sign that you're in a seller's market when they don't want you to do anything. Good gracious. Okay, let's move on. So this is the first time I'm seeing this. So when you have a purchase that's above list price, right? So it's way above, but that doesn't mean that the house is actually going to appraise for that. Maybe worth that, right? Because what something is worth is what a buyer is willing to pay from a seller. That's what it's worth, right? But the bank's loaning the money, so we have to play by their rules, okay? So if the sales price that we agreed to is so much higher than the list price, and the appraisal comes in, let's say the appraisal comes in at $245. So this buyer, look at number 20, the buyer agrees to pay $5,000 over the appraisal price, not to exceed the total purchase price of $255,000. So if our appraisal from the buyer's bank, the buyer's lender, comes in at $250, then this buyer is willing to pay cash above the appraised price. Can you believe that, y'all? So I don't even have to worry about the appraisal. So say it comes in at $245, whatever it is, we're gonna be good. So this buyer obviously has some capital, they've saved up some money for their new acquisition, which is good. You should have some money for your new house. And the last thing I want you to pay attention to with this offer here is the closing date. The closing date. I've had offers where the closing date will be 60 days out, 75 days out, but at the end of the day, you want the deal to close, right? Earlier in my career, matter of fact, up until now, I'm just like, look, we got an offer. How long do they need? 45, 60 days. You see, the lender usually takes about 45 days for them to underwrite and get all that paperwork ready to fund that loan, right? It just takes time. It's not like a cash deal where we go to the bank and we fund it immediately in a day or two, right? So if you're a homeowner, you're gonna come in, you're getting a loan, it just takes time to do all that stuff, right? You got people going on vacation, people taking off, docs gotta be faxed over here, they gotta be scanned to email there, signatures here and there all around the country. So it takes time. But check this out, y'all. Closing date. Look at this, number 8. Settlement/possession. Settlement shall be on or before March 15th, 2021. So we're here right in February 15th, 16th. These people are gonna close in 30 days. Crazy, crazy. So I want you to know that what you're getting to, if you get into the real estate business now, you're getting into a seller's market. That means, keep in mind, all the sellers will dictate the activity or the health of the market, or we're going to dictate the rules. right? So remember that when you're getting in, whether you're wholesaling, lease optioning, pretty ugly, doing fix and flips, all that, seller financing, keep it in mind. Money, interest rates are low. That means prices are going up. Okay. So listen, I look forward to seeing you at our mobile home masterclass this week coming up. That link is in the video description. Make sure you get signed up for that and subscribe to the channel. We're passing 75,000 subscribers, over 6 million views. Share this content with any other investor. Smash that like button and I'll see you on the next video.